In the top right corner, we have the red Protoss player playing for Team Cascade. It is Adonminus. And his opponent spawning in the lower right corner of the map. I think he's actually currently teamless. It is, all the way from Korea, Arthur, the yellow Protoss player. None of the guys opting to scout so far, even though this is a 4-player map. Probably will scout after the gateway goes down, or after the gas, or at the latest after the core. But at that point, since this is a 4-player map, I would assume that it's a little bit too late to scout at that point. So I'm really feeling the gateway scout, or something to that effect. Wow, Arthur! Opening with it. Was this a 10 gate? I think this was a 10 gate. It definitely looks like it. And he's saving a little bit of chrono boost, not really chrono boosting into the Nexus, so a very quick gate. Now this could lead into potentially one of two things. We could see quick technological opening with a tech rush into something like DTs or Stargate, or we could see a 3-gateway opener and high pressure being put onto Adonminus with a 3-Stalker opening and 3 gateways backing this up. Look how much quicker the Cybernetics core is compared to Adonminus. Adonminus' gateway only just now finishing at 2:45, and the Cybernetics core not yet done. On top of all of this, Arthur is going to be lucky with his scout. He's going to scout his opponent on the first go, and he will have the option of putting down a proxy pylon somewhere in here. If his opponent is not careful and doesn't see this... Oh, Arthur pulling back the probe a little bit too late. It was already seen, unfortunately. Otherwise, he could have just snuck past into the sort of in-base natural and put a proxy pylon down there. Is Arthur going to see this probe? Yes, he did. He's not going to catch it with the Zealot, but the Stalker is already on the way. Now, if Adonminus was paying attention, seeing that Zealot this early out could signify to him, hey, you're going to put a lot of aggression onto me. You're going to be throwing units my way, so I better prepare. And indeed he does get a second gateway down. Now, in terms of timing of that second gateway, I have to assume this was all but reactionary, since he's only now getting the first Stalker. If he wanted to open with 2 gateways straight from the start, he would have gotten that Stalker queued up in that first gateway and only built the second gateway afterwards. So there's the proxy pylon from Arthur. 2 additional gateways building inside his main base. A lot of chrono boost going down into the Cybernetics core, and he's pushing with the Stalker and the Zealot. Now the Zealot is going to force the Stalker of Adonminus to kite back a little bit. He'll have to use the Mothership core. Arthur pulling back with his first Stalker. Second one on the way across the map. Warp Gate is almost done. Gateways are almost done as well. They're a little bit late to catch up with the Warp Gate, however. And looks like Arthur may lose the first unit here. It's going to be that Zealot going down. Mothership core focusing it down. Excuse me there. But now it's 2 Stalkers versus 1. Soon to be 3 versus 2, however. Adonminus doing the correct thing. Pulling the workers off the mirror line. Good micro here by Arthur, keeping that 1 hurt Stalker in the back alive. Third gateway on the way for Adonminus. He should be able to hold on for a while longer now that Arthur cannot actually fight in that photon overcharge range, but he does have the leg up in terms of when his Cybernetics core Warp Gate research finished, so he's one entire production cycle ahead of his opponent, and it should stay this way. But also, with only 1 gas, this push only has so much to offer, and it's going to be running out of steam as the gas begins to plummet down. Let's take a look at the unit counts. 8 Stalkers versus 7, 3 Zealots to tank for Arthur, and more pylons being built inside the main base. Probes are being pulled off once more. The Zealots are forcing the Stalkers back. Not enough energy for a second photon overcharge. This all comes down to micro. 8 Stalkers versus 7. More are being morphed in. Adonminus warping in. Zealots now to deal with this threat. 7 probes, however, only remaining for Adonminus. This should put Arthur vastly ahead in terms of economy, and he should be able to close out this game. Loses 1 Stalker there, but it doesn't even matter as he's warping in more and more and more. Adonminus running out of resources, running out of steam. 1 Stalker left, and this should be no problem for Arthur to close. Adonminus just staying in the game, seeing what he can make happen, but there's not much that he can do about this. GG's out of the map, and Arthur moves on into the round of 32, I believe.